Well, it's wintertime in Washington, the snow is here, and with the snow comes joy and mud and slick and ice and a whole lot of dangers that you need to be prepared for. And not everybody can afford or wants to do anything like this Jeep with winch, 4x4, big tires, lifts, all that stuff. But there are quite a few essentials you should keep in your vehicle all winter long and all year long. So we're going to empty out my Jeep, show you what I keep in there year round, a couple of things I'm actually going to do to make it easier to get to some of those essentials, and what you should keep especially in the winter. In a place like Washington where it can be nice 60 degrees one day and then, 18 frozen muddy the next. Frozen, snowy, muddy, slushy, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's get going. Everything that we're going to be putting down here is either going into an ammo can or is getting quick clamped onto the side of the vehicle. So we're starting with the ammo cans, and things such as I have a spare PCM because they're kind of known to blow on my tire deflator, my winch rope, and I'm going to load them in a descending order of importance. So you open the can, the first thing should be the most likely thing you'll need. So I'm not going to be switching out my PCMs all the time. Made specifically for this exact can. It's got a pretty good retention clip in here and then a plastic clip, and I've opened it and closed a couple times and it hasn't broken and it stayed sturdy. So I think we're just going to use this, the B pillar, put it right there so you can access it through the drivers, or you can access it reaching in and grabbing it. I think that's probably the best place to put it safety wise. The other thing, I'm going to put this shovel here, I'm pretty sure, and I'm debating. I've always almost had a hatchet or an axe in the back of my Jeep, and I use them pretty frequently. I do have a gun rack that I took out when I was taking out these side panels, and I'm debating if I want to put the gun rack back in and put the axe on the gun rack, or if I want to put the axe on the side. So the product we're going to be using to mount the stuff today is Quick Stop or Quick Fist rubber clamps, and they come in a couple of sizes. So here's small, medium, and large. Large has 3 mounting points. Medium and small both have 2. Now the interesting thing is they have this indent so that you can put the provided little plastic bit to really cement down your mount, where they don't provide the bolt or the nut, but they do provide most of the time this little piece of plastic. I didn't receive a single one for the miniatures or the larges, and I only received 4 for the big or the medium clamps, and I got 6 clamps. So I don't know if that's a production thing or they expect you to reuse them and not use all 6 at once. I don't know, just a heads up before you buy. Their consistency doesn't seem to be great, but the quality of this product does. This is the second vehicle I've mounted them on. I had them in the back of my F-250 truck bed mounting a fire axe, why not? And they were out in the sun, the rain, the snow, everything for over a year. Held up great, taking them on and off all the time. Rubber never degraded. I believe these are UV resistant, weather resistant, and all that sort of stuff. So inside or outside the vehicle, they'll hold up great, and American product, so, shop America. So I've decided where I'm going to put everything. I am going to put my gun rack back in, and we're going to use these twisty ties, which I love these things, to keep the axe in the gun rack nice and safe. We're going to put the snow shovel right here, enough room so it's not touching the ground, and we have it clamped between these 2 pieces of metal so that they won't vibrate. The hatchet will go right here, and this will stay a bit, this is a permanent mount, since you're drilling the hole in a piece of your car. So the hatchet, something I keep in the vehicle a lot more often than the axe, so that's why it'll be on a less permanent, just in the gun rack. The fire extinguisher is going to be as middle as it can be, right in this little cup holder area. 2 thoughts on that. 1, in case I need to access it from the front or the back of the vehicle, that's a pretty middle area. 2, you want it to be visible, but I don't have any tint on my window, so I don't want it to be in direct sunlight or constant sunlight, especially in our summertime here. So putting it just under there, you can see it from a good amount of the area, especially if you're on the passenger side, and that's, I think, just the best place. And I'm going to use the original mount that comes with it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and the flashlight, forgot about that. Flashlight mount is gonna go right here, for the reason being I don't have the light in the back of my Jeep. And I used to have this exact flashlight just sitting in the vehicle, and then because it was just floating around everywhere, it would get left inside or left doing somewhere else. With a place to put it back every time, it will go back every time. That's part of organizing. So I'm gonna drill the holes and use the bolts that I picked up from Ace Hardware. Now some of these are 1 1/4 inch bolts. Now, I might have to trim some of these down. There might not be enough room between the plastic and the metal body behind them, but that's okay. It's easier to trim stuff down than it is to add on to it. Well, we got all our rubber hooks for our mounting our shovel and our flashlight and our fire extinguisher, and we covered that already. Those are things I recommend you keep in your vehicle. You don't have to rubber hook them to your car. That just helps me keep them off the ground, having a place to put them so I know to put them back there. Secondary thing, sorry about the noise of the vehicle. Secondary thing, we've got everything loaded into the ammo cans. You don't have to use ammo cans, you can use any type of packaging that makes it easy and reliable to get to. But these aren't the sort of things that normal people are going to carry around in their vehicle. Normal people don't carry around a bunch of spare parts, spare bolts, spare fuses, because normal people drive new cars. Those new cars will be prohibitively expensive to carry around spare parts to fix all the various electronic mechanical issues they can run into. And so your best choice for your best choice for being prepared in a newer vehicle and on top of the spare part stuff for your older vehicles is what we have here, which is a winter bag, and that's sort of stuff: freeze-dried food, 2 propane cans and a low propane portable camp stove, so you can heat up water, purify water if you run out of the water that you have kept in here. I also keep water in here so that we don't have to boil stuff, but you never know how long you're going to be out there. You don't want to be the next Donner Party, so food, water, fire, solar blankets to keep yourself warm. I keep actual blankets in the car as well. But if you can't, grab all the things out of your vehicle, if it's burning, the fire extinguisher didn't work, you grab this winter bag, you get out, and that'll help you survive, weeks compared to the hours you would survive in a snowstorm without any of those, warming benefits. So, something to keep you warm, something to keep you fed, something to keep you drinking water. Those are the essentials in a winter bag. Also, I keep off to the side here a little med kit, and it's just clip on. So, see, it just clips on like that. I ripped it off its mounting point. Now I've got this. Now, whether or not I'm in an emergency scenario or someone else is, it's good to have this, because even if you don't know how to use the stuff inside this medical kit, someone else might. I do recommend learning how to use everything in there. It's pretty basic. You don't have to learn how to stitch up a femoral artery, but how to apply gauze, bandages, and that basic stuff. A lot of fire departments will teach you that. They'll have classes on how to do like tourniquets and whatnot. I recommend doing that, when the world gets back to normal. I don't think most are doing it right now. What else I keep that I recommend? The shovel in wintertime. It will help you get your front wheel drive or rear wheel drive, non-off-road vehicle out of a snow ditch big time. You don't want to be down there digging it out with your bare hands, especially if you don't have any gloves in the vehicle. Also, I did put gloves in this one. So, those little things can help you a whole lot when you don't expect to need them, but you'll really need them when you least expect it. So I hope somebody watching is inspired to make a winter bag you make for your family, friends, and just something to keep you warm, something to keep you fed, something to give you water and stuff in your belly and get you and your vehicle out of that scenario. Now, like, subscribe, comment, any thoughts, questions you have. Hit up Some Guy Insta page, and for more frequent updates, polls, thoughts, questions on stuff I sort of do. Thank you. Remember, some guy can do it. What is going on, you guys? It is Some Guy's Insta page right here.
What's up,
This
boys?
guy's trying to make a dope video for you guys.
Yeah, boys.
So go and
give him a like and a comment to really help him out.
Yeah, let's
have a great rest of your day.